Hi everyone, I am here with a Bible reading. I hope you guys are having a great day. It looks like it's going to rain, guys. But we don't got that big of a chance of rain today, I don't believe. Next week it's supposed to be really warm. It's supposed to be in the 70s and 80s. And then it drops back down again after that. I told you we got crazy weather here. Okay. Let's see. Today we're going to be reading Luke chapter 21, verse 29, reading through chapter 22, verse 13. We'll be reading Psalm 90 and 91. I think that's where another book of Psalms starts, but we'll see. And Psalm 91 is a long psalm, so we'll be reading that for a while. And Proverbs chapter 13, verses 24 and 25. Okay, let's see here. So in Luke today, we'll be talking about, continuing on from yesterday, and we'll be talking about Judas agrees to betray Jesus. And for what? 30 pieces of silver. Which back then was probably a great deal of money, but still. If somebody offered you $3,000 billion, whatever, I still wouldn't take it to betray Jesus. No, nothing. And then he was shocked, Judas was, when Jesus was convicted and they were going to kill him. What did he think they were going to do? They've been wanting to kill him forever. As soon as he was born, people were out to kill him. Herod. It's crazy. And we'll be talking about the Last Supper. We're getting closer and closer to Jesus being arrested. All right. So let's begin. Sorry, it's really hard for me to breathe today. My lungs are hurting really bad, and I just can't take a deep breath. And whenever I breathe, period, it hurts really bad. It's really painful. And I think that's because, I have to wean myself off the steroids. You start out with a big number, then it goes down and down and down. And I only got one pill left, so I got to split it in half to go half for 2 days. But once the steroids started being cut down, I started having a lot of trouble again. So I don't know. But anyway, please bear with me because I'm really hurting today and it's hard to breathe. So let's get started here with Luke. Jesus, he told him this parable. Look at the fig tree and all the trees. When they sprout leaves, you can see for yourselves and know that summer is near. Even so, when you see these things happening, you know that the kingdom of God is near. Jesus is continuing on from yesterday, telling them signs of the end times. Truly I tell you, I'm sorry. Extremely, extremely dry mouth today. Sure forgot to get my hard candy. Get me sure. Anyway, sorry. Truly I tell you, Jesus said, this generation will certainly not pass away until all these things have happened. Heaven and earth will pass away, but my words will never pass away. Be careful of your hearts. Be careful, or your hearts will be weighed down with carousing, drunkenness, and the anxieties of life. It don't take much, and the devil comes in, and you gotta suffer through all this. He'll make you feel worse and worse and worse. Don't give him that opening. Keep your faith strong, and keep positive thoughts and pray. Don't let the devil get in, because once he's in, it's hard for you to get him out. He can do a lot of damage. And that day will close on you suddenly like a trap. For it will come on all those who live on the face of the whole earth. Be always on the watch and pray that you may be able to escape all that is about to happen, and that you may be able to stand before the Son of Man. You'll be able to stand in front of Jesus and answer for what you've done, good and bad. Be prepared. Be prepared, because you don't know when that day will be. It could be today. It could be many, many years from now. Months. We don't know. Even Jesus doesn't know, remember. Only God knows. And God will tell Jesus it's time, and then he'll come back. Okay. Each day, Jesus was teaching at the temple, and each evening he went out to spend the night on the hill called the Mount of Olives. And all the people came early in the morning to hear him at the temple. You see, Jesus was at the temple every day. They could have arrested him then, but they wanted to do it when nobody was around, except for his disciples, of course. Now the festival of unleavened bread, called the Passover, was approaching, and the chief priests and the teachers of the law were looking for some way to get rid of Jesus, for they were afraid of the people. Then Satan entered Judas, called Iscariot, one of the 12, betrayer. And Judas went to the chief priests and the officers of the temple guard and discussed with them how he might betray Jesus. And what did Jesus do to him? Nothing. Treated him like a brother. Wonder why he decided to do that. They were delighted and agreed to give him money. He consented and watched for an opportunity to hand Jesus over to them when no crowd was present. You know, Jesus was always one off to solitary places, to be alone. He liked to pray, and if he didn't go to those solitary places and be alone with his disciples, they would have never got a break, because people were always flocking to him. Crowds and crowds of people flocking to him, and wherever he went. So he actually was having it very lonely. Then came the day of unleavened bread, on which the Passover lamb had to be sacrificed. Jesus sent Peter and John, saying, "Go and make preparations for us to eat the Passover." "Where do you want us to prepare for it?" they asked. He replied, "As you enter the city, a man carrying a jar of water will meet you. Follow him to the house that he enters, and say to the owner of the house, 'The teacher asks, where is the guest room where I may eat the Passover with my disciples?' He will show you a large room upstairs, all furnished. Make preparations there." They left and found things just as Jesus had told them. So they prepared for the Passover. And that'll be their last, they call it the Last Supper, because it's the last time they were together having a supper, celebrating the Passover. Because Jesus will soon be arrested, crucified, but then raised from the dead. Alright, so that is where we're stopping with Luke today. Okay, so we're reading Psalm 90 and 91. This is from Book 4, Psalms 90 through 106. So here is Psalm 90. A prayer of Moses, the man of God. So this is a prayer that Moses prayed to the Lord. "Lord, you have been our dwelling place throughout all generations. Before the mountains were born, or you brought forth the whole world, from everlasting to everlasting, you are God. You turn people back to dust, saying, 'Return to dust, you mortals. 1,000 years in your sight are like a day, that is just going by. The time in heaven's a lot different than it is here on earth. Or like a watch in the night. Yet you sweep people away in the sleep of death. They are like the new grass of the morning. In the morning it springs up new, but by evening it is dry and withered. We are consumed by your anger and terrified by your indignation. You have set our iniquities before you, our secret sins in the light of your presence. All our days pass away under your wrath. We finish our years with a moan. Our days may come to 70 years or 80 if our strength endures. Yet the best of them are but trouble and sorrow, for they quickly pass and we fly away. If only we knew the power of your anger. Your wrath is as great as the fear that you are due. Teach us to number our days, that we may gain a heart of wisdom. Relent, Lord, how long will it be? Have compassion on your servants. Satisfy us in the morning with your unfailing love, that we may sing for joy and be glad all our days. Make us glad for as many days as you have afflicted us, for as many years as we have seen trouble. May your deeds be shown to your servants, your splendor to their children. May the favor of the Lord our God rest on us. Establish the work of our hands for us. Yes, establish the work of our hands. And that was Psalm 90. Now we are going to start Psalm 91. Whoever dwells in the shelter of the Most High will rest in the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress, my God in whom I trust. Surely He will save you from the fowler's snare and from the deadly pestilence. He will cover you with His feathers, and under His wings you will find refuge. His faithfulness will be your shield and rampart. You will not fear the terror of the night, nor the arrow that flies by day, nor the pestilence that stalks in the darkness, nor the plague that destroys at midday. 1,000 may fall at your side, 10,000 at your right hand, but it will not come near you. You will only observe with your eyes and see the punishment of the wicked. If you say, "The Lord is my refuge," and you make the Most High your dwelling, no harm will overtake you, no disaster will come near your tent, for He will command His angels concerning you to guard you in all your ways. They will lift you up in their hands, so that you will not strike your foot against a stone. This is, you see where it's going? It's talking about Jesus. You will tread on the lion and the cobra. You will trample the great lion and the serpent. Because He loves me, says the Lord, I will rescue him. I will protect him, for he acknowledges my name. He will call on me, and I will answer him. I will be with him in trouble. I will deliver him and honor him. With long life I will satisfy him and show him my salvation. Amen. And that's Psalm 91. And now ending today's Bible reading. Give me 1 second. Proverbs chapter 13, verses 24 and 25. Whoever spares the rod hates their children, but the one who loves their children is careful to discipline them. Because you want them to know right from wrong. And sometimes just telling a kid, they're going to laugh and, ignore you and do what they want anyway. They need to learn not to do things they're not supposed to do. We're talking We're talking about spanking. We're not talking about child abuse. There's a big, huge difference. God does not want anyone to abuse a child. He's just talking about correcting them. Let's say your kid's little, 3 or 4, runs across the street after a ball without looking. Just give me 1 second, guys. It's Walmart. Hello?
This is Walmart Vision Center. I'm calling Sherman to let you know box payment.
Already?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, with
Be here till 7. You can come up to the 8:20 hours of 9 and 6, or sorry, 9 and 7 tomorrow.
okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye.
Okay.
It's quick. He just went to the eye doctor, what, this week? He picked out a $9 pair of frames. I'm anxious to see what these look like. So they're open till 7 today and tomorrow, I believe. So
I'll go get 'em.
you want me to call Hoy?
No,
But you get a free ride.
I'll go get 'em.
You have to go and waste our gas.
I'll have them up for you.
Oh, you do?
What?
You said you didn't have money.
Honey,
I would have Sherm show you guys his new glasses when he gets them, but he don't want to get in front of the camera.
no, I don't.
Anyway, that was quick. It usually takes 2 weeks or so. What is up with that? He just went there this week. Anyway, we're talking about the child running across the road. Okay. You can do what you want, babe. Running across the road after the ball. And don't look. And so you tell them, don't do that again. You know, you could get hit by a car and, you know, blah, blah, blah. And they do it anyway. So the mother or father will spank them to let them know, I told you not to do this, and then you did it anyway. So that's how some have to, you know, basically learn. You could be killed running across that road. Anything could happen. They don't want anything bad to happen to their children, so they make sure they correct them. Because if you don't, even the kid, when they grow up, is going to think, well, they didn't even care about me. They didn't care if I crossed the road without looking for cars or, you know, whatever. If you love your child, like God says, but the one who loves their children is careful to discipline them. And that don't always mean spanking either. You can have a talk with them or time out. There's always different things. Each kid's different. You know what works for them, you know. The righteous eat to their heart's content, but the stomach of the wicked goes hungry. Alright guys, well that was our Bible reading for today. I hope it touched your hearts. You can even go today if you want. Let me go through the prayer requests here real quick. I had to add another person to the list. Please pray for Rhonda Karshner. Please pray for Sherm. Please pray for Layla and her son Emil. Emil wants something good that he really wants to happen in his life, and it will make it so much for the better. It's an unspoken prayer request, but God knows what it is. So please pray that Emil gets what he's really wanting, gets the good news. Elizabeth Jeffries, Judy Thompson, Jimmy Myers. He went to the doctor today for his leg and knee. The doctor said he would have to order this special knee brace that Mom finally found online for like $50-some, or he would have to get a ligament replaced from somebody that's passed away to hold it in place. But Jimmy's looking for the knee brace right now, which I think they found one. I don't know how they're going to get it. It's expensive, but he wants to try that first so he can, after he gets the surgeries done, his sinuses and tonsils and stuff, he's able to go back to work right away. That's what he's worried about. Okay, and Cindy Welsh. She's having a lot of pain up the back of her leg and in her heel today. Dora Carper, Joyce Light, Latham Burns, Abby Myers. Please pray that her and Matthew gets a house soon, and it's a nice, safe house and place to live. Donna Dunlap and family, Garnet Boyer and Jim Mitchell, Ramona Henry, Jan, Jeannie Burns, Kathy Butterball, Kinsley, my niece. She's She's being bullied at school. So bad that she's crying every day, not wanting to go to school. That's really heartbreaking. I thought it'd be the other way around. I thought she would be the one bullying, to tell you the truth, but not. Arnold Coffey, he's the one that it's his house that Mom and Jimmy's living in, that they're renting it from. They pretty much known each other all their lives. You know, he lives close. Anyway, he's having trouble with his sinuses, being really bad right now. And the last one, please pray for Tina Kincaid. My aunt, you know, I told you how they go to the lot every Friday, like this is called the lot, and, you know, for stuff they buy and sell on Facebook. Anyway, she's always there, and one of the people in charge of it, and she works at Walmart too, but anyway, she had COVID and was put in the hospital, and then they let her out, and her husband went in the bathroom the other day and found her unconscious in the bathtub. She had broken her nose and hit her head and everything, and they took her back to the hospital, and now she's in a nursing home. So it was probably from lack of oxygen from the COVID that made her, you know, pass out when she was taking a shower or bath, whatever. Because that's how it was with me. They don't want me walking or going anywhere without being on oxygen. It really messes with your lungs. And if you already have lung trouble, like I do anyway, it makes it a lot worse. And Tina was healthy. Tina's healthy, but it's really hitting her hard too, so please keep her in your prayers. With COVID, you know, it can go all kind of directions. So hopefully they're going to get her healed up the rest of the way with therapy and everything at the nursing home. I'm not sure which one she's in. I'll have to try to find out, but I hope everything goes okay. Because with COVID, it can turn in an instant from good to bad. Just like one of our friends' sisters was in the big hospital here in Ohio, in Columbus, and they had her on a ventilator. And then when they thought she was going to die, so they had her family come in and say goodbye. And then she got better and was off the ventilator and just put on regular oxygen. And then she died. You just don't know with COVID. It really messes a lot of things up in your body. Okay, so that is all the prayer requests for today. I hope you guys have a great rest of your night. Let's bring those souls to Jesus, and God willing, we'll see you guys again tomorrow with another Bible reading. Bye guys. God bless.